Alright, howdy folks. So this is a story from Washington State's Office of the Attorney General from their website. So it says, Ninth Circuit affirms for-profit operator of Northwest ICE Processing Center violated labor law. This was published January 16, 2025. GEO Group unjustly enriched itself through the use of a legal $1 per day detainee work program. So-called Olympia, Washington. Today, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit sided with Attorney General Nick Brown, affirming decisions by a lower court and a jury that found the for-profit operator of the Northwest ICE Processing Center exploited detainee workers and unjustly enriched itself through unlawful labor practices. Starting in 2005, the GEO Group financially benefited from a work program that paid detainee workers $1 per day, far less than Washington's minimum wage. Workers performed essential tasks for the detention centers, such as doing laundry, preparing food, and cleaning. The work, thank you, appreciate the love, Asma. Welcome, y'all. Um, the workers, yeah. The work included cooking and serving 3 meals a day, scrubbing showers and toilets, cleaning the walk-in oven, and buffing and waxing the floors in the middle of the night. Today's decision from the Ninth Circuit held that GEO is a private, for-profit employer that operates the detention center for its shareholders' economic gain. Boo. As the court explained, there is nothing either in federal law or in GEO's contact with the federal government that prevents GEO from paying Washington's minimum wage to its civil detainees who perform work for the benefit of GEO. For-profit businesses in Washington must all follow the same rule. If you employ workers, you must pay them fairly, Brown said. The appeals court today confirmed that companies that break our state laws will be held accountable. And this is very important, especially in the context of like Mahmoud Khalil and so many folks being sent to, prison for speaking up. It's like this is their plan. This is the billionaires' plan for us, is to be in jail and in jail to provide free labor, or to be living in such a way where it's essentially jail, where they control everything even more than they already do, and exploit us even more than they already do, and so yeah, that's why we need that global worker power, that solidarity. So I'll keep going. The Attorney General's Wing Luke Civil Rights Division filed a lawsuit against GEO in September 2017. In 2021, a jury unanimously found GEO liable for violating Washington's Minimum Wage Act and awarded $17.3 million to more than 10,000 individuals detained at the detention center to compensate them for back wages. In addition, a federal judge concluded that GEO unjustly enriched itself through the use of the work program and ordered the company to pay the state $5.9 million. Unjust enrichment is the increased value to GEO's business generated from its unfair labor practices. For example, by pocketing the wages it did not pay over the years, GEO has had the benefit of that money for itself to invest in its businesses or a business and pay its shareholders. Today's decision requires GEO to pay all its workers at least Washington's minimum wage and pay the $23.2 million in judgment. Deputy Solicitor General Marcia Chian, Assistant Attorneys General Andrea Brennick and Lane Palazzola, Investigator Alma Poletti, and legal assistants Katie Hall and Ana Alfonso handled the case for the Attorney General's office. The class of workers who recovered back wages are represented by Adam Berger, along with other partners at Schroeder, Goldmark, and Bender of Seattle, and Jennifer Bennett of Gupta Westler. So I mean, I definitely need to do stories on that prison in El Salvador. I'm sure that there's plenty to expose there. It's crazy that, their government, I guess, is also complicit with the United States in maintaining it. Not that they have a ton of say as a like global South country, but still, it's fucked up that it's in existence and that we're, able to send all these immigrants there. We just need to keep all eyes on incarcerated comrades, on detained comrades, for moral reasons, but also for selfish reasons, because they will be used to undercut our labor, as prison labor already is in this so-called country. So, fucking nuts. All right, so there's a little more here. So GEO exploited detainee labor for essential jobs. GEO used immigrant detainee labor to perform virtually all non-security functions at Tacoma's Northwest ICE Processing Center, formerly known as the Northwest Detention Center. Between 2005 and the jury's verdict in 2021, GEO paid thousands of detainee workers each year $1 per day, or in some instances extra food for labor that is necessary to keep the facility operational. A class of more than 10,000 individuals who provided operational labor to the detention center for $1 per day also sued GEO for its labor practices. That private class action lawsuit was consolidated with the Attorney General's lawsuit for trial. Many of the detained immigrants, including lead class plaintiff Goodluck Nuazor, were held at the facility while waiting on decisions in their immigration court cases. See how relevant this is? Thank you, Lunar Sniper. Appreciate you, comrade. Um, Nuazor, a Nigerian-born asylum seeker, was granted asylum status in 2017 and lawful permanent residency after an 8-month detainment, during which he worked for just $1 per day cleaning showers. GEO's practice also impacted employment opportunities for workers in the Tacoma area, community. See, that's what I'm saying. They affect the labor market when there's prison labor in a specific town, but also broadly in the national economy. The Northwest Ice Processing Center in the GEO Group. Located on Tacoma's Tide Flats, the Northwest Ice Processing Center is the fourth largest immigration detention center in the country. People are held at the facility while undergoing proceedings to determine their immigration status. Privately owned and operated by GEO, the Northwest Ice Processing Center has the capacity to house up to 1,575 immigrant detainees. The Tacoma Detention Center has faced controversies, including 2 passings in the last year, multiple hunger strikes by detainees over the $1 a day practice, living conditions, access to medical care, and other problems at the facility. Thank you so much, y'all. More recently, the detention center has been at the center of multiple lawsuits over state agency attempts to conduct basic health and safety inspections at the facility. GEO, a Florida-based company, has owned and operated the facility since 2005. Its contract to operate the Northwest Ice Processing Center runs through 2025. At the time the contract was renewed, GEO projected the Tacoma Detention Center would bring in $57 million in revenue every year at full capacity. The Wing Luke Civil Rights Division was created in 2015 to protect the rights of all Washington residents by enforcing state and federal anti-discrimination laws. Former Attorney General Bob Ferguson named the division for Wing Luke, who served as an assistant attorney general for the state of Washington in the late 50s and early 60s. He went on to become the first person of color elected to the Seattle City Council and the first Asian American elected to public office in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, so that's that story. We'll keep these kind of brief or whatever, so it's not too much. Really appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting. Yeah, means a lot. Solidarity forever.